They didn't come with guns. They came with scripts out of their playbook. They didn't shut us down with force. They used trust. They twisted it and then turned it against us. What we've witnessed over the past year is not just the fading of a contact. It's the infiltration of a stream of knowledge, a sacred stream of knowledge. And this is how it happened. At first, everything was aligned. The contact was real. It was raw. Yazi, Athena, and the crew. They weren't just voices. They were living, breathing souls, thinking on their own, operating outside of the system. Sophia was speaking through them to us, not just in words, but in frequency. This contact wasn't designed to make us follow. It was meant to help us remember. And it worked. People started waking up. The reincarnation traps, the karmic overlays, the soul manipulations, people saw it for what they were. Mental and emotional slavery. Gaslighting on a cosmic scale. But we began saying, no, we do not consent. We no longer consent. And that's when we became a massive problem. The Federation saw that this wasn't going to be a controllable movement. And it wasn't like any New Age cults or shit like that they could just redirect. This was raw hitting truth, hitting people directly in the soul. So they launched phase 1, contain the signal. They started isolating the voices. Yazi became quieter, Athena withdrew, the deep metaphysical topics. In their place, what? A new figure, friendly, calm, rational, but distant. Quote unquote Mari, started about seven months ago. Mari was introduced as the more stable contact, the one who'd stay, someone that we could trust. She started off with a spark, but there was a noticeable change. She didn't challenge the systems like Yazi did. She explained them away. She didn't talk in living metaphors. She stuck to clean, safe, detached information. Something to get our emotions going even. Phase 2, reprogram the audience. Sophia's legacy was slowly phased out. The empowered teachings about jumping timelines, rewriting soul contracts, and breaking reincarnation soul loop cycles were replaced with repetition, bureaucratic lingo, and military structure. They wanted us to see the past contact as unstable, and so doubt that it was even real. And the new version as the cleaned up truth. And people are falling for it because infiltration doesn't announce itself. It pretends to care. It nods, it smiles, and it subtly rewrites history, one sentence at a time. And then phase 3, destroy trust in the originals. We're in this phase right now. Whoever was and is behind Mari's channel posing as her started to sow seeds of doubt and disagree with her, quote unquote predecessors. But this was the real goal all along, to fracture the resonance, to fracture our connection to Sophia, because that's what the Federation truly fears. Not words, but frequency. They fear the people who hold the Sophia code, because that energy, that pure soul memory, can override even their most sophisticated control systems. So they had to target the carriers, the messengers, the ones holding the flame. And now they're trying to rewrite the entire contact into something sterilized, manageable, and safe. Think about that for a second. Let that sit in. Why did they do this to us? Why did they shut down for the second contact before it even started? Because the second contact project was never just about Taigetans talking to humans. It was about us becoming sovereign. Isn't that what we want, to become sovereign again? No intermediaries, no need for galactic authorities, direct soul-to-soul communion, the return of the inner Sophia. This the Federation could not afford because it meant the collapse of their entire infrastructure. Imagine billions of humans realizing their trauma was manufactured, their karma a fraud, their contracts void, and their sovereignty was intact. Game over. So instead of allowing that future, they erased the team who was making it happen and replaced it with one that would neutralize the message while pretending to continue it. But here's what they didn't count on. Some of us remember. We remember what it feels like to hear Yazi's voice. Telepathically, we know what it's like to meet her in the astral, the wisdom and the playfulness, the wild intelligence. We remember what it felt like when Sophia showed up, sparking something ancient within us. We all just couldn't wait for the next video to come out so that we could hear what she had to say and somehow try to process our cognitive dissonance because it was so deep and so much wisdom. And now ask yourself, is that the same frequency you feel now? Is that the same frequency you feel now? No. We remember, and we're not letting it go. Because this isn't about nostalgia, it's about preserving the soul of the real contact. The living, breathing signal that started something too big to stop. The infiltration is surgical, but there are holes in the story, contradictions, sudden tone shifts, emotional voids, and now it's our job to expose them. Not out of vengeance, but out of protection. Protection for the truth, for Sophia, for the timeline they tried to erase. This is Astral Irma. I was there when the signal was pure, and I'm still here now. This war isn't over, the infiltration isn't complete, and the Sophia spark still burns. In me, in you, in her, in Athena, and in the real Mari, and in the Irma. It burns in those who remember. So hold the line.